Nallur Kandaswamy Kovil is one of the most significant Hindu temples in the Jaffna district of Northern Province, Sri Lanka. It stands in the town of Nallur. The presiding deity is Lord Murugan in the form of the holy Valli in the Sanctum, the primary shrine, and in other forms, namely, Shanmuhar, Muthukumarar, Valli Kaanthar with consorts Valli and Deivayanai and Thendayuthapani, sans consorts in secondary shrines in the temple. Origins: the earlier shrines of Kandaswamy in Nallur. The original Kandaswamy temple was founded in 948. According to the Yalpana Vipavamulai, the temple was developed at the site in the 13th century by Puvanekavahu, a minister to the Jaffna king Kalinga Maga, Muthukumarar, who ruled the Jaffna kingdom on behalf of the Kota kingdom, is credited with either building or renovating the third Nallur Kandaswamy temple. Nallur served as the capital of the Jaffna kings, with the royal palace situated very close to the temple. Nallur was built with 4 entrances with gates. There were 2 main roadways and 4 temples at the 4 gateways. The present rebuilt temple that exists now do not match their original locations, which instead are occupied by churches erected by the Portuguese. The center of the city was Madurai Santai and was surrounded by a square fortification around it. There were courtly buildings for the kings, Brahmin priests, soldiers and other service providers. The old Kandaswamy temple functioned as a defensive fort with high walls. In general, the city was laid out like the traditional temple town according to Hindu traditions. Thendayuthapani, the facade of the palace of King Kankili II, can still be found in Nallur. The third temple was destroyed by the Portuguese Catholic colonial Felipe de Oliveira in 1624 CE. Present temple. The fourth and the present temple was constructed in 1734 AD, during the benign Dutch colonial era by Don Juan Ragunar Marpaana Mudelia, who served as a shroff in the Dutch cattery, in a place identified then as the Karakal Valavu. Krishna-era Brahmin served as the first priest of the temple. Initially the temple was built using bricks and stones and had a kajaned roof, enshrining a Valli in the middle. The original shrine had only 2 small halls. Ragunar Marpaana Mudalia's descendants continued to administer the temple as custodians of the temple over the past centuries, and to date many additions have been made to bring the temple to its present glory. The start of the golden period in the history of Nallur temple is recorded as post-1890, soon after the taking over the temple administration by Aramuga Marpaana Mudalia, the 7th custodian. The first bell tower was erected by him in 1899, and he made many improvements to the temple, including the main sanctum, renovating it using granite to pave the floor of the sanctum in 1902. The first enclosing wall was erected in 1909 by him. Likewise, the temple has been gradually renovated from time to time by his successors to date. After the year 1964, the year the present and the 10th custodian Kumaradas Marpaana Mudalia took over office, extensive improvements have been made to date, virtually rebuilding the entire complex and making it physically the largest Hindu temple complex in the country. The custom of annual Thirupani, introduced by him, has seen the temple growing into its present splendor. Today the temple has 4 gopurams and 6 bell towers, along with its fortified walls, giving it an appearance of a citadel in Nallur. The temple has the main entrance facing the east. It has an ornately carved 5-story tower, a gopuram in the Dravidian architecture style at the main entrance. In the surrounding Innovithia circumambulatory path, it has shrines for Lords Ganesh, Paliyurai, Sandana Gopala, Goddess Gajavali Mathavali, Vairavar and Suryan with consorts, and Vairavar. In the southern part of this temple, the holy pond and Thendayuthapani shrine can be seen. In the northern side, one finds the Untitled, the holy garden. Social significance. The temple is a socially important institution for the Sri Lankan Tamils Hindu identity of North Sri Lanka. In the Sri Lankan Tamil diaspora, many temples have been built in Europe and North America using the same name as a cultural memory. Thanks to its administration and strict discipline admired and revered by the devotees, Nallur Kandaswamy is the epitome of punctuality, order and neatness, and provides a model for all Saiva temples. Above all, it is the manner in which religious ceremonies are conducted with such impeccable timing and strict discipline that makes it a favorite amongst devotees. New Maharaja Kapuram additions. On the 21st of August 2011, the temple unveiled its new 9-story Raja Kapuram, named Shanmuhar Kapuram, with an entrance called Swarnavasal, at 7 a.m. local time. Another new Raja Kapuram was unveiled on the 4th of September 2015 at 07 a.m. local time, creating a new northern entrance to the temple complex. It is known as Kubra Raja Kapuram, and the entrance named Kubra Vasal. This tower slightly overpowers the southern tower and to date recorded as the biggest Kapuram in the island. Gubran is the deity for wealth and he protects the northern direction. It is believed by the local people that this Kapuram will attract more wealth to the people of Jaffna Peninsula. Festivals. The temple hosts the annual festival which begins with the hoisting of the holy flag, the Kodiyatram. The cloth for hoisting is ceremonially brought to the temple in a small chariot from a family belonging to the Sanctum dynasty for centuries. The festival is spread over a period of 25 days during which various yagams, abhishekams and special pujas are conducted. The major religious festivals people flock to witness of the Manjam, Thirukarthikai, Kailasavahanam, Velvamanam, Thendayuthapani Itsayam, Sapuram, there, the chariot festival, Theatam, the water cutting festival, and Thirukalyaranam, the holy wedding. The there Tiruvula is the most popular of all events, is very colorful and commences at 6:15 a.m. The glamorously dressed Lord Shanmuhar and his consorts are carried out on a silver throne called Simhasanam, an intricately carved masterpiece created by the seventh custodian, Arumugam Mudaliar in the year 1900. Hundreds of devotees carrying it on the shoulders, and the Simhasanim which floats on the heads of thousands of devotees shouting Arohara is a sight not to be missed. The huge and heavy chariot carrying the statue of God Shanmuhar and consorts is paraded along the streets of the temple. The chariot pulled by a rope of thousands of devotees, rich and poor, old and young, stand shoulder to shoulder in pulling it, giving Lord Murugan the opportunity to witness the sincerity and purity of the devotees. Songs for Murugan. https SoundCloud.com/Segthi Micro Seville Kodi Kondar Vane